Hope you got Dramamine. Okay, we're out here at channel marker 55. What this is the beginning marker for the patch reefs and then going out to the reefs. And it's also a marker for what they call Hawks Channel, which is basically from the patch reefs up towards the mainland. And so the way the keys are set up is that you've got the keys, the mangroves, as you start coming out for a ways, maybe 50 yards or so, it's basically would be considered the flats, where it's just a couple of feet, if that. Then it slowly starts tapering off into Hawks Channel, and that sits at about 20-25 foot through this whole center here. It's basically just barren, flat, sandy, grassy bottom all the way through. There's a few scattered patch rocky rubble areas, but in general it's a safe boating area for the larger boats. And then once you get to like where this mile marker is here, which runs parallel, then it starts getting what they call the patch reefs. And then the patch reefs will rise up to, it'll vary, they'll go from 40 foot to 5 foot, and just depending on the tide and the current. And this is a good spot for when it's a little too rough to go all the way out to the reef. Today is just a pretty crappy day. This was definitely the wrong plan to choose. What today's deal is, I just bought one lure out. 2 rods, 2 lures of the same kind though. But basically, I'm just going to be running these basic silver spoons with a little trace of wire and a swivel. Keep it from spinning on the line, twisting up your line. So just a basic silver spoon. A lot of bait out here, so I'm trying to basically is match the pilchard sardines with this flashing in there. I don't know what the results are going to be. It's sloppy out here, but I'm just going to troll around the patch reefs and see what I catch. All right, we got something. It does not feel big, but it is something. Oh no. What we got? Looks like a little Cero. Whoa. Nice little Cero. Not happy about being hooked. Looks like it's just a school of small Ceros. You can see them jumping, skyrocketing everywhere around here. I just don't want them to tangle in my line. There he is. Looks like a little dude. Let you go. Slimy. Beauty there. I got fish on. And a turtle. This one's fighting a little better. A little bit of a head shake. Another Cero. This is a much better one though. Ugh. Come on. Ugh. No. 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 Oh shit. Jacked up my wire. Ugh. Kicked my wire, damn you. I need a wire straightener. Ah, shit. Look at that, it broke off my hook. What a cheap piece of fudge. If you want to get seasick, this is the spot. Washing Machine City here. Waves all different directions and crap. Alright, the lure setup that we're using today are these Hurricane weedless flat spoons. I think these are just the Chinese versions of the Johnson spoons. Got them for $3 at Kmart. And real basic, got a little weed guard, so that's nice for all the weeds around here. Basically a little half-ounce silver spoon. Gonna match that up with some something number I can't see anymore, but it's the 42-pound wire leader. And we'll make one up here real quick for you. Okay, insert it into there, bend it over, give yourself enough for both the wire length that you're going to have and then plus the bend back for where you're going to tie it. Just going to bend it back and pinch it, gives a little bit of room, cross it over to form, the first part are just spirals, just loose spirals, so you want to hold it at almost a 45-degree each bend. And you don't want to be wrapping one around the other, you want them both to be wrapping around each other. So that's why that 45-degree angle is so important. And then you're just going to twist maybe 4 or 5 times. They're not real tight, they're just loose, working their way up. Okay, so we've got the loose ones there, and then you're gonna bend the tag end one 90 degrees. And because now we're gonna do what's called a barrel wrap. And the barrel wraps are going to be consecutive wraps right next to each other, and they're going to be very tight, and then that's basically going to lock everything together. So I just wrap it like it's thread since it's so light. And you want to get right next to each other without overlapping them. I usually go at least around 5 or 6. Okay. Then to break it, you're going to take the tag in and bend it right back onto itself so it's right next to the wraps. That's going to kind of pinch it off there. And then you can make a little 90-degree bend into it and then just twist and it comes off. Okay, so that's our basic wire. You have the little loop, loose strands, and then the tight barrel wraps. And then that's our basic bottom end there. Then we're going to do a bend. I pre-make these a lot of times with a swivel on one end so I could just store it like that, tie it to the line. You have to have a swivel on these because spoons are made to spin. And they'll just spin, 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 and if you don't have a swivel, your line takes the whole spinning and that'll ruin your line. So the next thing I'm going to do is tie it to the main line. Okay, basically finished it, tied it to the swivel, main line, swivel, wire to wire connection there, and then to the lure. So as this spins, the swivel will take all the brunt of the spinning, and that way the line won't be affected at all. And that creates enough bite prevention for even like a big cuda or big king that might come after it. But that's the rig that we're using. Much nicer one. Not sure what it is. It's going to tangle up my lines. I'd rather you be on this side than on this side. Oh, nice zero. Wow, he ate that one. Oh, don't bite me in the gonads. Stay. Whoa, don't bite, don't bite. Fuck. There we go. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. Alright, got another hit there. Cruising in on that big old weed line. There's so much bait on there. So I was just trying to work the spoon right along the edge of it and got whacked. Not fighting real hard, it whacked it real hard. Gotta keep pressure on it. There it goes. Not bad. These things run real fast, so if they start coming toward you, you gotta keep up with them to keep that pressure. There you go. Nice. Another nice zero. Beauties. Another nice one. Gotta watch them teeth. Oh my god, fucking nether hook broke. Jesus. Another beautiful zero. Well, that's the second hook that's pulled off the spoon. So those things are pieces of shoot. So it might be worth spending the extra $1 and get the Johnson original. I'll have to test to see if those things break, but man, how cheap. is lightly soldered in there. Alright, I'm running it in. This is getting me seasick out here. So, we're gonna call it a day.